Holy shit. Hello everyone, and welcome to Modular Components. It's the end of the week. I'm relatively wore out because I've had a very weird weekend that started before it was supposed to. And Boingo Rider's here. Hi, Boingo Rider.
Hey, howdy.
Also, I'm the Vacuuminator. And Snowcone's not here because he's on drugs, legal drugs. But
Legally prescribed drugs.
I mean, that's what legal and but hey, Buster's here. Buster, hi, Buster. How you doing, Buster?
This is the third time in a row I've been here, and why not?
Yeah, it's almost like we're setting something up with that. Anyway, moving on. How has everybody's week been?
It's fucking weak.
I kind of hate the week.
Sure was, buddy.
Kind of hate this week, but I also kind of like, there's some good stuff that happened. Mainly stuff I'll talk about on Twit, because this isn't the Toku podcast.
Stuff happened in Toku? What?
Yeah. I watched like a ton of Toku. Like, honestly, this might be the most Toku I've watched in like a year or so. Like in a week. Like, that's besides the point. Well, we'll get... You already know because this comes out after Twit. You get it.
Listen to Twit. Yeah. Woo.
This is just a big advertisement.
Also, MMWP's coming out after this show comes out.
This is coming out at this, like, probably an hour before MMWP, because we're not doing MMWP proper this week. We're doing 2 live episodes of MMWP.
Episodes of MMWP are live.
Well, you know what I mean. We're live reacting to 2 AEW shows as opposed to recapping them.
Yeah.
Because we've got fucking Friday Night Dynamite, which will probably be on shortly after this. And then we've got Double or Nothing on Sunday. And then I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with the rest of my Memorial Day weekend. Oh, God.
Oh, wait,
my life's in a weird one. Yeah, Memorial Day is next Monday.
Dang.
Were you not aware? Were you not aware that you need to bend the knee and press F to pay respects to all the brave men and women who foolishly signed up to die for rich people?
Kinda.
They didn't foolishly die to do it. They did it for seemingly noble reasons. There's a whole bunch of gray matter there. No, anyway, something like that.
We like to get awkwardly political here. Don't worry, Buster. Okay. This is the big kids table. You're allowed to say your mind.
All right. Taxes stink.
Agreed.
All right, felt good.
All right, everybody in favor?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. What do you mean by taxes?
I don't. I just wanted to say taxes stink. Not Texas, taxes.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like it all depends on the system. It's not the. It's not the tool. It's the system.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
you're a system and a tool.
Hey, those are good bands.
I swear to God, I haven't been drinking tonight. I'm just very tired.
All of us.
No, but you set me up for that. Like you popped it up. I slammed it down like that fucking Shonen Jump volleyball manga.
Haikyuu?
Okay, so no joke. I've been teasing that I'm gonna come back from hiatus for a little while on this channel. That I was gonna come back from hiatus on my solo channel. I've been teasing that on this channel is what I was trying to say. And today I literally was like, all right, I have this great idea for a return video. I've been working on it all week. All I need to do is go to the liquor store and buy a bottle of Jack so I can be drinking whiskey during the promo because that's part of the aesthetic. So I go all the way to the liquor store and I'm like, great. I got my bottle of Jack. Oh, hey, there's a Target right here. Those new Clone Wars figures are out today. Let's check for those. And I already had 2 of them. I found 2 copies of the same 2 figures at my local Target on Friday. So I bought them and I sent CODY the extras I got because he middleman deal. And then I found one. I found one of the other 2 I needed. 4 figures in the wave. I now have 3. So my mind starts going, all right, there's 3 other Targets in the area. Let's just quick go to all of them. Let's just go to the other two. No big deal.
Dang.
Oh, I might find the last one I need. I might find Obi-Wan. And yeah, didn't find Obi-Wan. Spent the entire afternoon running all over the city to these targets. And I get home right as the sun's starting to go down, so I can't shoot the video anymore. And now I'm not even sure if I want to shoot that video anymore because that's how fleeting my ideas are. And also, I've been sitting here staring at this auction for an Obi-Wan that's at $45 plus $6 shipping at the moment, and those figures retail for $25.
Dang.
That's the kind of chaotic energy my life has been this week.
James Earl Taylor escapes you.
I must have him. I must have him on my shelf.
Yeah. Like I imagine, like I just have a funny idea. You take an Obi-Wan figure, a Ratchet figure, and what was the third one? A Tidus from Final Fantasy figure, and you just put them all together. That's voice actor jokes.
Customs. You can do chop shops. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, I just want to have all posing together. I just think that would be cool.
Oh, you're not talking about like a fusion dance. You just want them all standing next to each other.
Yeah, maybe Johnny Test, because James Earl Taylor also voices him.
Which Ratchet did he voice?
The newest one, like the
Cyberverse.
One. No, not Ratchet. No, Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank, not like Ratchet and like.
Oh, the dumb Ratchet who's not a robot. Okay.
Yeah. A Lombax. Dang.
A furry. It's a furry.
Yeah.
I haven't done a ton of things this week. It's mostly just house bits, that kind of jazz, that kind of bebop and rock steady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've just been like lazy all week, and like when I'm not lazy, I'm just extremely frustrated with like events. But hey, I don't want to get too deep into that here, but like, it's been a mixed bag of a week. But hey, when it's good, it's really good.
It's almost like this show entirely exists to poke the bear that is Cody. And when Cody's not here, there's no content because the rest of us are on this channel at other times.
Dang. And it's on things that are a general discussion because like I can't talk about Marvel. I gotta wait for the end of the week for that.
Yeah.
Though, real quick, someone did compile all the X-Men logos in one image, and it's like, aesthetic.
Hey, yeah. I like that. Actually, did I talk to you? Did I remember to tell you last night about soft serve?
What?
Okay, so here's a funny
Dairy Queen. Tell me about Dairy Queen.
Here's a funny thing that could belong on the Marvel podcast, but is a little much for the Marvel podcast. So we're all aware of the Hellfire Gala that's going on in X-Men comics right now.
Yes.
No. One of the artists.
Wait, you're not Buster?
I'm
Buster. How are you not aware of the comic event of the century?
I've been reading Invincible and Venom. That's how. Why?
Yeah, no, they're not in the X stuff right now. So, what do you know of the X-Men going on right now?
I know that like they're all like they all have drip, or at least that's all I know. They have drip.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, basically, right now the setup is the mutants have decided, you know what? Fuck humanity. We're gonna go on our own island, and you're gonna have to respect us because we have drugs you want. All right.
I know about the island part.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the drugs.
So, basically, it's like 3 drugs. One's like, oh, this fucking cures Alzheimer's. Oh, this cures this. This cures this. That kind of shit. It's just like, here's fancy drugs for you, and everybody wants the drugs, so they go like, all right, cool. You can be a fucking country, whatever. Some people don't. Wakanda is basically like, we don't respect your nation because we don't need your fucking drugs, bitch. And it's just like, oh.
Well, Bavaria is kind of the same. I think Russia and North Korea don't like them. All the bad countries don't like the X-Men.
Russia also has the thing of, like, historically, they like using their own mutants to make their own mutant teams.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that's kind of a theme there, too. But they have now existed as a nation state for a good bit in the comic book universe. So now they're trying... It's not just trying to establish political identity. They're trying to establish a cultural identity. So they're holding a big old party where they're inviting all the superheroes to come over and are basically dressing up and creating new mutant fashion. basically like using clothing to begin to explore the mutant identity.
Kind of like accentuate what their powers do aesthetically, and also whoever has the fanciest dress gets to be an X-Man.
Yeah.
Odd way to do a comic book event, but hey, it's better than half of the events, no, most of them that I hear out of Marvel. So.
Well, there's also an overlying theory of like, because they've announced one of the books that are coming out of the tail end of this with just the premise Magneto is investigating a murder. Like, so we already know the bomb goes off. It's trying to figure out it's that Hitchcock idea. If you show the audience the bomb, they are getting nervous about the bomb, even if the people in the story don't know about it.
Yeah, the idea is less it's a story and more it's a set piece that people are going to do stories in. Like, this is something that will run all Fruity X books for like 2 or 3 months.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I
there's.
You're saying?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying I need to like get to like Power and Dawn of X soon because like I need to catch up with those X books.
It's good shit. But one of the artists working on, and I forget which book it is, so I'm sorry, but one of the artists working on a book that is going to contain stories during the Hellfire Gala recently tweeted out that one of the biggest perks of working on current X-Men for him is getting to introduce weird, goofy mutants he came up with when he was a kid into
cool.
comic canon. He's just randomly inserting them into the background of certain panels and stuff. And one of the mutants in an upcoming issue that takes place during the Hellfire Gala is called Soft Serve. Can you guess what their power is?
They can make ice cream.
How do they make ice cream, though?
Please don't tell me it's from the butt.
They poop ice cream!
Dang.
And the panel the artist did to reveal this character is like this sort of scene girl looking character with a big cocky smile on her face and a word balloon that just says, "No, Professor X, I don't just make ice cream out of my butt. I make ice cream out of my butt better than anyone."
That's amazing. That's amazing.
It's the best thing I've seen all week, and I love it so much. I want to stand this character. I want her to get her own solo series. I want to waifu her. She's our queen. We need to bow down to her.
Do you got like reference pictures? Because I'm like,
I did. Let me Google it real quick. See if I can come up with it.
Can
you ever just go to Google and start typing in the word Google?
Mood.
Well, I don't go to Google. I just, in my search bar, I go at Google because my default search bar isn't Google.
Yeah. You don't mind if I talk about, like, keep the conversation?
There's a whole Scream Rant article.
Oh my god, of course there is.
A discussing... Dang. No, disgusting
there it is. There's
the
the tweet. Hang on.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
God damn.
It's and gotta keep it on.
I mean, there's been weirder mutants.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have. But like, can I keep the conversation on comics, but like pivot it a bit?
Sure. What's up?
Okay. So I'm now halfway through Invincible, the comic series, and oh boy, volume 12 still standing, which collects issues 60 through 65. I am scarred for life. I need to talk to people about this.
Is that the thing that I warned you about when you first started to reading Invincible?
No, that's around issue 100. I've heard a little more elaboration about it. This is the Conquest arc, as I'll call it. Because the character, the big guy who shows up that Invincible fights, is called Conquest. So, yeah, he actually appeared for a bit in the animated show, like in the flashback to Viltrumite. But that's so. Let me just set the stage. So. Volume 12 starts with, like, a bunch of Invincibles just coming around and just destroying things, like, from Multiverse. And that kind of, like, this is where, like, a bunch of Image Comics characters, like Savage Dragon, come in, like, the background and help out. And basically half the world is kind of, like, in shambles, like, oof. And then, like, And then like Conquest from Viltrumite comes and just like
Yep.
You good?
Buster.
sorry about that. I need to wrap up here. So give me a second. Yeah, okay, so I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. Um anyway, so the Conquest from Viltrumite comes and he's like he looks a bit Thanos-esque because he has this like gauntlet and he looks like super buff, but like he's like a human. But anyway, he basically just goes off on Invincible. It's just like the most. It's probably the bloodiest the series has gotten yet. And it's like, it's just a drag out battle through like multiple issues, and it's just, it's brutal, and it kind of scarred me for like this was like the all is kind of like this is kind of like the big status quo shakeup issue because it's like nearly a lot of things get destroyed, characters die, including ones who have been there from the beginning of the book. It's kind of nuts. I just need to talk to people about it.
Invincible goes through a large swath of just interesting ideas like that, man.
Yeah,
I have read the first volume of Invincible, and that was pleasant. You people are not encouraging me to read more. And I don't just mean you, Buster. I mean everybody on the internet.
It ends good. It ends happy.
Yeah,
A likely story.
Again, as I mentioned, like Invincible, it's like people go through like some bad stuff in Invincible. Like it's brutal, it's messed up, but like there's still this like optimism and like superheroism, to make up a word, that just underlines the entire story. You get what I mean?
Okay.
Where someone put it best, it's not a deconstruction of superheroes; it's a celebration of them.
Yeah, it's Invincible is no more a deconstruction of superheroes than Spider-Man was. It's just taking superheroes to an understood, grounded level.
Yeah,
without saying being a superhero is dumb and like being a superhero is unrealistic. It's basically saying, no, this is the realm these are the rules and stakes that we're playing with, and let's put a superhero in that situation.
Yeah. Like exactly that. One
of the things that struck me about Invincible when I first read that volume was that it feels like it handles the grounded superhero universe thing a lot better than other stories about what if being a superhero was realistic? Because those stories more often than not come off like this has been a comic book universe up until the first issue of this comic, and now it's suddenly the real world, but the only character that understands that is the main character and maybe a couple of supporting characters. Everybody else is acting like they're in a comic book world for no reason, other than we need to have the rug pulled out from under them to make the main character look more badass, or vice versa.
Yeah. This is gonna sound dumb if I may compare these two shows, or can I compare Invincible to Kamen Rider Build?
I mean, you can compare anything to anything else. You just gotta have a good argument for it.
Okay, because like Build go I feel like both shows are there's a lot of there's a lot of messed up stuff, but they both have a underlying theme of we'll fight for we'll fight fight these kinds of powers, or this kind of these powers, these gifts that they don't come from the greatest place, or they don't they're but we'll use it for love and peace, if that makes sense. Or we'll fight for justice. You kind of go, it's a very loose connection, but honestly when watching Build, I was like, this kind of does give me Invincible vibes, especially in the final arc when things the world start to get torn apart and stuff.
Oh, you missed a book that you could have read for Invincible if you're on issue 60.
Adam and Eve one? Or not Adam and Eve.
No. It takes place during issue number 33. It's the Marvel team up with Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, I saw they had a little hint to that where it's he's going through all these dimensions. Yeah, I've seen couple.
They did a legit team up.
I know. I've seen panels of it go through social media. It's a pretty neat team up. Someone did a dub of a moment here. I'll share it with you.
It's probably considering his name, your Flagman, blank man, blank man.
Oh yeah, it's that scene where like someone dubbed it like Spider-Man. Isn't that a little lame?
Oh yeah, this was also right at the height of like that Avengers team.
Oh, Buster
And
died.
yeah, Buster's gone. Nice.
R.I.P.
Yeah, it's during
It is
the.
canceled, everybody. Tokusatsu is going to hell anyway. Fuck it.
Are we a fan subbing group?
I mean, we could have been.
We could have had it all.
We could have had. I'm not.
Rolling in the deep.
Ooh, hey, fucking Kingdom T-Rex leaked.
Ooh, that's neat.
Yeah. But no, wait, he didn't leak. He's fucking out in Australia. God damn. Australia getting all the good shit this year. Getting all the good shit early.
Yeah.
Land of the fucking dank pod. Look at this shit.
Dang diddle. Ding diddly boo.
I don't know what's going on in this show anymore.
Nothing important.
Yeah. Well, that's our lives. That's our lot in lives.
Yeah, but I'm in the. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You can't give me information.
I can't. Information is lost. Everything is irrelevant. You're inside the void.
Should we just start bouncing between giving minor updates to other shows we do? Because I have some fucking wrestling news, apparently.
What wrestling news? I didn't see anything today.
Okada got COVID.
Ooh, no. Oh, no. He has enough money to save himself, though.
Yeah, he'll probably be fine, but like, damn.
That was a joke. I wasn't being like, oh, rich people can survive the disease. It's the fact that his gimmick is that he's a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make that clear.
Yeah. But damn, New Japan taking all the L's this week. Fucking Ospreay got injured and had to vacate the title. Now Okada's got COVID. Oh, man.
Yeah. No, and we're gearing up for the next No Prize podcast and all that jazz. Not a ton of things to update there.
Official solicitations for those Mayfex figures I was showing you went up today.
That's cool. I started organizing my things to do some comic book pitches to that indie publisher I've shown you.
Oh, sick. Oh, hey, did you see that that McFarlane's doing a new full-on Spawn line?
Oh yeah, Cody sent me that.
They look very interesting.
No. But I got ideas, planning them out, writing them down, doing all that. All the while also planning and doing a new show for this. That's the thing I wanted to talk about.
Whoa, what?
I've talked about that show with you.
Oh, have you?
Yes, but I have another thing. And no, it's too blueprinty of a thought to actually bring up in a publicized way like this.
Well, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I can't tell, like, fucking listeners, how many times I have come in here with, like, a boatload of shit I want to talk to Boingo and Snowcone about, and then one of them isn't here, and I'm like, well, we can't make a fucking decision on this without the other. What? Fuck, I gotta save it all till next week. And I might not remember it all next week. And that's what happened tonight.
Yeah, well, things like that happen. It ain't great. It ain't good.
And who knows if there's even going to be a components next week, because we're doing a fucking live stream Sunday night. And Sunday is when we normally record components. That was that was one of the things I needed to talk to Snowcone about. Can you do components on a Monday?
Well,
I'll text him tomorrow. But Jesus, our lives are chaotic disasters.
Well, it's what happens, you know. You can't plan everything. It's like trying to set up a D&D session. Not everyone's gonna be able to make it.
That's fair. Here's a piece of business I can openly talk about on the podcast, because it won't matter by the time they're listening to this. So for the live reaction streams, I was thinking, why don't you add like another little, you know how you got that MMWP and then live is like a little dangly bit stamped on top of it or underneath it? Mm-hmm. Why don't you add like another little dangly thing under that says reactions in a different font?
I can do that, but then that's like 3 goddamn fonts.
I know. That's what makes it funny. And then like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I need to continue working on the stuff I'm doing for you. Do you want to talk about that, or do you just want to leave it at that?
I mean, you know that video I was telling you I was going to be wearing a certain outfit for?
Yeah.
I basically canned that. I'm just gonna
Okay.
do a new kind of introduction thing on that new part of the house I told you I was working on to be all secretive. There's a secret project going on, everybody. Whoop-de fucking do. Like it matters.
This is the podcast where we say a lot of things, but actually say nothing.
The cryptic cast, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, I saw some cool. Okay. Did I tell you about the trading card game MetaZoo?
No, what?
Okay. So there is a new trading card game that recently got kickstarted and successfully got kickstarted called MetaZoo. MetaZoo is basically the best way to put it is it's a collectible monster trading card game, kind of like Pokemon and Digimon, but all the monsters are based off of cryptids. So Bigfoot, Mothman, aliens, chupacabras, Jersey Devils, things like that.
Oh, yes, I have vague memories of you explaining this.
But it also has a very specific mechanic called the fourth wall, where certain cards will directly be interactable with the real world. So Bigfoot is easier to summon if you're in a forest.
Hmm.
This creature gets an attack bonus if you're wearing something shiny. Little things like that. And I was excited for it. It just looked really cool, but I didn't have any knowledge of when or if it'll ever be like official big release. It's getting a official main release this summer.
Oh, sick. Probably
Yeah.
won't be at Target, though.
Oh no, it's at local game stores.
Did you hear about all that shit with Target?
No, what happened?
The fucking video I sent you of scalping the other day on Twitter, you remember that?
Yeah.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, the speculator market and fucking people scalping cards has gotten way out of hand during the pandemic, to the point of where at the beginning of this month, Target put up signs in all their stores saying that effective May 14th, Target would no longer be carrying MLB, NBA, WWE, or Pokemon trading cards in order to ensure safety for their staff.
Yeah, that's reasonable on their part. I can totally understand that.
Yeah, this is fucking insane. Like, these things hit their biggest booms ever, and it might just kill them, or at least kneecap them in a major way.
Yeah. That's the website for the game I was talking about.
Oh,
Because
no.
also a big thing about the game is a lot of the art is very reminiscent of like Gen 1 Pokemon art.
What?
With all the watercolor and
Oh,
everything.
holy shit! This is just Gen 1 Pokemon art. What the hell?
Yeah, but it's all cryptids and it's dope looking. It's nice.
Yeah, this is pretty fucking sick.
No, I'm just like going like, fuck yeah, it's gonna have a big official release at a local game stores. People were excited for it. Like, this got scalped to hell and back.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. But it was like, because like a couple of I buy booster boxes and resell cards for expensive prices as investment kind of YouTube channels said like, oh man, this is going to be big. So people just bought them up thinking it's going to be big when it's just when it was just a small print run of a game, of like an independent card game, just trying to get off on their feet, you know? And like, they realized that they could do one of two things. They could just print more cards and piss them off, or they did a different thing of like, they did a new reprint, but it was like slightly different card art and slightly different card borders and stuff like that. So they get to keep their dumb, expensive bullshit that people will buy, but the people who actually want to play the game, they have these that they can play.
Sick.
Yeah.
Also, I just saw the funniest fucking thing on the AEW subreddit. Apparently, it was yesterday. Britt Baker tweeted, "If Christian Cage gets an AEW action figure before me, I'm retiring." And then some fucking random news site I've never heard of made an article out of it titled "Christian Cage Threatened by AEW Diva."
What the fuck kind of fucking
That's the furthest thing from journalism I've ever seen, and I love it.
God damn, that's ridiculous.
Oh, you gotta love it. Gotta love the internet. And by that, I mean throw it in the ocean.
Yeah, at this point in time, might as well.
Why did we make the mistake of investing our lives in the internet, Boingo?
Because we were young and we thought, yo, this could be interesting, you know? We saw the people doing shit on the internet.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to get rich playing with toys.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Probably not. But yeah. I don't know where I was going. Oh, you know how I will get rich?
Playing the lottery?
No, because that's a fucking scam. But fuck it. Yeah, we're deep enough into the podcast. None of my coworkers will be listening to this. So I told you a little while ago that I'm thinking about quitting my current job, right?
Correct.
Well, I was specking with my mama, and she told me that they are currently looking for another janitor at the school she works at, and it would be paying basically the same amount that I make at this warehouse job I'm at right now, and it would be slightly better hours. Currently, I'm working 7:30 until 4. This would be 10:30 until 7. That's morning to evening, and also about the same level of insurance, and it has an actual fucking pension program that I could retire on in 20 years if I so choose to. Now, I'm not exactly hype about spending the next 20 years as a janitor, but it does seem like a much more viable option than what I'm doing right now. So, may end up going that way. I don't know. I've got a meeting with a career counselor in a couple days. Want to get their perspective on how I'm feeling about things. But, things are on the up and up.
Good. That's solid.
Also, all of that was news to the listeners, so I hope they enjoyed that hot goss.
Yeah. Should we use the phrase "hot goss" though? Because of the implications.
I mean, it's more of a meme now than anything, in my opinion. But maybe my opinion isn't the same as the internet's opinion.
I mean, doesn't matter at this point in time. Do we care about the internet's opinion?
Let's be honest. I could get canceled for saying that cupcakes taste funny, which I don't agree with. But that could be taken out of context and canceled tomorrow.
Very likely. Very true. But it's just like we are in a holding pattern of thoughts and ideas, and we can't get anything done. And I have trouble completing of things and doing all that jazz. And it's just not an interesting place to talk about, because it's just like you're waiting for the next line to happen.
It's a weird week here at Modular Media. I can't guarantee that next week will be even better, because will be any better, because we might not even have a components next week, like I said, because of fucking double or nothing, baby. I am relatively.
At least MMWP will be good on that week.
You'll have all the MMWP you can possibly handle. You do know that today is 1 year since the last Double or Nothing, right?
Yeah, that's typically how annual pay-per-views work.
Yeah, well, I was curious if you had considered the implications of that. Like, it's been Hikaru Shida has been women's champion for exactly a year. The TNT title was introduced exactly a year ago, and Brody Lee had his one and only match for the AEW World Championship 1 year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I made myself sad.
Yeah, but yeah, it's wrestling. It's a show. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about it on MMWP. You should go listen to it. No one's listening to this podcast. This is off the rails.
This is the most misanthropic garbage cast I've ever been a part of. And I was a part of Looks for Jokes. Geeky Gentlemen. No, that doesn't work. They're way better than us.
You were on Analytical Fanboys.
I was on the Vacumina Network. There we go. Self-deprecating humor, everybody. La la la, laugh. Please think we're funny.
Oh, funny looking, at least.
That's fair. I try my best, but
no, it's just, again, holding pattern. Like, I'm looking at. Let me just go through my web browser. This is how I'm searching for content. I just got a couple YouTube videos because I'm trying to get through the latest Trash Taste episode.
Oh boy.
And
I was halfway through the new Captain Disillusion when Buster jumped into the call, and next I gotta watch the new Scott the Woz before bed.
Mm.
'Cause how dare I fall behind on anything?
I do got the new episode of New Japan Strong up. Trying to watch that.
Oh,
I gotta prove my weeb cred somehow. Gotta do it.
yeah. Did you watch the here's something we wouldn't normally talk about on MWP? Did you watch the Hana Kimura Memorial Show?
No, I didn't.
I did, and I cried like a bitch.
Man, that's the thing. People who don't watch wrestling probably have no idea about.
Should we
Man.
explain it or let them Google it?
I think a brief explanation might be best, just because if they don't want to Google it and fall down the rabbit hole, at least a brief idea. There was a professional wrestler named Hana Kimura, who was on a Japanese reality TV show, and the producers engineered a situation in which she basically lost her temper because her ring gear got messed up, and it was important ring gear, and ring gear tends to be very expensive for professional wrestlers. It got to the point where Japanese Twitter hounded her so much that she committed suicide.
And she was like a pillar of the female Japanese wrestling community. She was one of the young up-and-coming prospects who everybody older than her loved and wanted to see prosper, and everybody younger than her really looked up to and respected. So it was like a big fucking thing. And now that the world's finally starting to open up again, they decided to have a memorial show to raise funds for her family. And it was really nice. It was really sweet. Lots of cameos from various Joshis. Fucking Kairi Sane and Asuka snuck in cameos. And Venny was there in a match. Venny was one of Hana's close friends and is the first out and proud trans female Japanese wrestler. And fucking Kagetsu came back for the main event. Kagetsu, who was one of Hana's trainers and kind of was her big sister in the company they both belonged to, Stardom, came out of retirement to wrestle in the main event to honor Hana. And it literally made me cry seeing Kagetsu wrestle again. Like, something I never thought I'd fucking see on this somber ass occasion, stirring up all these emotions. And you can probably hear it in my voice. I'm getting a little fucked up again thinking about it.
Yeah, wrestling last year just lost a ton of good souls. There's Hana, there's Brody Lee,
fucking Shad.
Yep, it's a shame. And it's not even like they died young wrestler deaths, you know? Because that's the thing in professional wrestling, is you get used to being sad of like, oh, this person died at 50. Oh, you know?
Yeah.
Why do we love professional wrestling?
I mean, it's like fucking Blompier says, professional wrestling, the terrible, horrifying, no good business we all love.
Yeah.
I watched the Dark Side of the Ring on Pillman last night. That was interesting.
It's sad to see how much this man pushed himself to try and succeed, you know?
Try and succeed and try and support his family. Oh, man, the bit where, I forget who it is, but they said, like, whenever he came into a room, he had all his kids, like, hanging off of him, just wanting some of his love and affection, and he was laughing and smiling before the accident, and it's like, fuck, man, that's the kind of guy I want to be, but, like, in a good way.
Yeah. It's more heartbreaking to hear Stone Cold talk about it, just because it's really indicative of just like that kind of why that man's man mentality is such a negative to people's lives, because he saw his best friend in pain and hardship this whole time and was like, oh, he's a strong guy, he can handle it. I don't need to check up on him. I don't need to be there for him because I trust he's strong enough, you know?
Mm-hmm. The mom too, Melody or Melinda or whatever the fuck her name was. She set me off quite a bit because, like, she's clearly a recovering addict. I think they say that a couple times, but they never really go into it too deep because it's more her story than it is Brian's. But fucking, like, every little thing in the interview segments with her just reminded me of, because I've talked about it on podcasts before. My sister's a recovering addict, and my mom has done a lot of work with addicts because of it. Every little tick she had reminded me of not just like addicts I've interacted with, but specifically addicts who want to be sorry and want to fix things with the people in their life, but aren't really there mentally. Like she says
They
she
don't know how to
wants
be sincere.
Mhm. And like there's one scene where juxtaposed directly with Brittany Pillman saying that like Melody or whatever the fuck her name is a monster and she wants nothing to do with her. You get a scene of the lady saying like all I don't know how I'm ever going to do it, but all I want is to make things good with my kids and let me know that they're sorry. And I'm like, Brittany isn't even your fucking daughter. Brian's the only one that's yours. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Be happy that he's being nice to you.
Yeah, which at the end, like that whole thing just made me feel for Brian Pillman Jr. and just made me go like, this guy is one of my favorite people, not wrestlers, people. God damn that line though. He says, "If my dad didn't want me to be a wrestler, he wouldn't have named me Brian Pillman." It's just like, God damn. In the future, Brody Lee Jr. being managed by Brian Pillman Jr.
Oh fuck, dude, that's too good.
No, I also watched an episode of Dark Side of the Ring, but it was the episode on Nick Gage.
Yeah, that's the one Mox is in, right?
Yeah, Mox is in it because they used to do a bunch of stuff back in the day. Goddamn, he's from New Jersey, but he's the epitome of a Florida man.
Oh wow.
And he has the best parts of a Florida man with a lot of the bad parts.
Oh, does he come off like a bad guy in it, or does he come off like a guy who's had a rough ride?
He comes off as a dumbass who put himself through a rough ride, and he's trying to go like trying to fix his problems. Like he never once said it's not my fault. He's like the whole time he was like, yeah, no, I did that shit. It was dumb. I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. Because a big part of it, I didn't realize, Nick Gage went to jail for robbing a bank.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then like a few months later, he got sent to jail for being on drugs because he broke parole.
God damn it, Nick.
And it like the way he talked about it was like, yeah, I was that was dumb. That was dummy. I was being dummy. Like it was that kind of mentality. But you know, he the way he talked, it was also like how much his fan base has basically like kept him afloat and basically like got him on his right path because he's still a very hardcore deathmatch wrestler, but like kept him out of trouble essentially.
That makes sense. Also, did you hear that people are trying to get him to fight Matt Cardona?
Oh yeah, no, I saw the fucking tweets. Who the fuck is Matt Cardona? Oh, it's Zack Ryder? Yeah, I'll fight him.
And meanwhile, Matt Cardona on the podcast this week was like, guys, stop tweeting at him. I'm very afraid. They were also talking about like, here, I'll just fucking regurgitate stuff from their podcast. Vince McMahon texted him happy birthday.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's what they were saying too, because he woke up to the text and didn't recognize the number because Vince McMahon has never texted him before.
I mean, he gets more attention from Vince McMahon outside of the company than in.
Yeah, and he like had to go into a group chat with other wrestlers because he recognized the area code. It was a Connecticut area code. And he's like, guys, who the fuck is this? Is this someone from the company that I don't remember? And Brian Myers was like, yeah, I hovered over it with my finger and it just said Vince McMahon. And I was like, okay. And I took my finger off the phone and I thought for a split second that my phone started calling him. So I threw my phone across the room.
God damn it. Oh.
But no, they were laughing about like, oh well, he's buttering me up because he wants me to sign a Legends deal, or he's gonna try and put me in the Hall of Fame next year. And I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, no. Zack Ryder ain't going in the Hall of Fame. They don't like Zack Ryder that much.
No. More than likely he'll go in the Hall of Fame when he's 80 and Vince is long dead and they can acknowledge, yeah, we fucked this guy over.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
Yeah, to talk about.
Well, we've managed to eke out almost an hour.
It's just, I haven't worked on anything big. Like, that's the plan this week. Is I got projects that I'm working on, and hopefully I'll make some big progress on a lot of them.
I am working on things, but I can't really talk about them yet.
And like, I just keep accumulating projects, and
Yeah,
I'm just like,
when are you gonna release something?
when it's done.
How's that fucking hour and a half long or fucking 80-hour Hantaro analysis coming out? What's that about? What's going on with that?
It's nowhere near done. Like, let's go through
the Chris Gaston story.
Let's go through my mental checklist of stuff. So I got about 10 or 12 comic book pitches I need to write out. I got 2 video games I need to start designing. I got 2 trading card games I need to start designing. I got about 15 videos I need to work on. And I need to set up a bunch of assets for live streaming. So that's all a thing too. What else? Man, that's about it. That's a general list of the things I'm planning on doing. Oh no! Also, make a folk punk album, and also just generally make some music with some ideas I have floating around in my head. So that's the cauldron of ideas that are currently bubbling up through the ether.
Sick. I have no idea what I'm going to call this episode now. And I like that. Oh no, are you fucking my ass right now?
What?
Oh, Craig, we were almost done.
You'll just send me the Garrick link, like always.
Yeah, but still, let's get out of here before he leaves too. Fucking say your shit and die.
Howdy, I'm Chris Boingo Writer Gaston. You can find me on Boingo Writer at YouTube. I do video essays and editorials. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter and the Instagram at Boingo_Writer. I tend to tweet some mildly spicy shit. You can also join my Discord server. A link to that is in the description. Hey.
And I am the Vac-Man. You can find me at all the Vac-Man places. Just go to your favorite place and type in TAGVACUUMINATOR. And you'll most likely find me, the Vac-Man. And you should probably do your best to find Modular Media, because that's the creative, collective, collaborative BUBBA that we're all a part of. And you can do that by going to Modular Media on YouTube, subscribing, ringing the bell in order to enable notifications. You can follow us on Twitter at the Modular Media. And you can join our subreddit r/Modular Media for updates and bumgus. But that was a podcast. We did it, Boingo. We lost Buster, but we made it to the end.
I'm going to do better next time.
Cody will be here next time, whenever the hell next time is. That's not a promise. That's just a hopeful statement. Goodbye.